Coach Odette off to a 6-1 start with Puma baseball. Through the first 6 games, you've had a variety of weather, played in warm weather, played in cold weather. As you head down to Florida, what have you learned about your team over these first 7 games?
Well, I think mostly, our biggest concern early always is how we're going to compete. Try to figure out where each piece is going to go. We've got a lot of moving parts right now. I think we have a good group to choose from. It's just a matter of seeing what's going to fit most comfortable and obviously getting enough reps for everybody as well.
Has the start of this season been what you thought it would be, where your pitching's been pretty stout right now and hitting when you need to?
I knew we'd play defense. I was very confident with that. I thought we would play defense. From the pitching side of it, I think our numbers are good. I think we're going to pitch much better than we are. And get ahead of hitters and things like that. I think we'll definitely get to that point. Offensively, we're not where we're going to be. This is a very offensive team. We haven't come out that way. We've gotten some big hits and big spots, which has been key. But I think we're going to be much, much better from the offensive side.
You say that with the offensive side of it being a little bit different from the defensive side of it, what do you plan to do over the next few weeks in order to kind of bridge that gap and level out that sort of playing field?
I think our biggest thing is just get consistent reps. I think we have an experienced group, and they've worked. I mean, when we've come back on Monday, they're on their own in the cages and doing those type of things. I think it's the more reps we can get, the better we will be. I think from a work ethic and I think we have the right guys in place, and we have enough options. If somebody is not, swinging the bat real well that week or weekend or even game, we have some other options that we've gathered some depth for sure.
Riley, what's been your approach as the season has started, and has it changed at all through the first 7 games?
For me personally, batting in that 4-hole, I'm just trying to see a pitch that I can drive, people on base, try to drive in as many runs as possible, and if there's not anybody on base, try to get myself into scoring position. And as far as defensively goes, I'm just trying to catch the ball when it's thrown to me over at first base, trying to simplify it as much as possible. But yeah, I think our defense has been pretty solid so far, as Coach said, so that makes my job at first base pretty easy defensively.
In terms of training and the pitching side of things, going into practice and going into games, Coach Odette, what is it that you look for with your pitchers in order to correct, and what is it that you've been seeing more specifically right now with that side of the game?
Well, we have 2 young guys in the back end of our rotation right now, 2 freshmen. Consistency has been the biggest thing for them, is just trying to get them to repeat. Mechanically, same thing. We want them to have a game plan every day they come out to practice. We consistently ask what they're working on, and then try to tweak as needed. The biggest thing on the mound is consistently be able to throw strikes when needed, and be able to throw, obviously, your off speed when we have to, even when we're down in count. So I think the biggest thing is just getting guys back out there and give them enough reps. We've got enough depth that we can use multiple guys. It's just a matter if we can get them to consistently repeat and throw more strikes.
Tasker, how has your emotions changed in being your second year and being the front end starter for this season?
Well, I kind of got to be more of a leader now. I've got to set the tone every time I come out, just like we did against Quincy. We got a big win against them. Just more, Coach talks about being the level-headed guy, be right in the middle, not too high, not too low. So I've got to be like that leader in there, in that spectrum, just being the average guy, not showing too much motion, but showing enough to not where it gets too low.
Have you ever been fired up before?
Yeah, I've been fired up.
Riley, in terms of leadership, you've gone through this program now, and you get the opportunity to graduate at the time when it's going to be the last St. Joe baseball season. But you also had the opportunity at the banquet in order to speak to your team and to all of the fans and parents. What is it that has, since the banquet up to now, have you seen your team progress in a way with leadership, and where do you expect them to go further going into the season?
You know what, I really don't think much has changed since the banquet. I think ever since the beginning of the season, even before all of this happened, I think we had a pretty good vision of what we thought this season would be, what we thought we could do, and kind of molding into our leadership roles. Coaches talked about it, but I know I've seen it. It's been a lot different this year than in years past, whereas maybe the leadership roles have been a little more forced, whereas the group we have this year, we're able to kind of feel out our roles, and we kind of know our spots. We can pick our spots, when to say something, when not to say something, that sort of thing. But I think we got, like you said, we have a good group. We have a good group that works real hard, and we just make sure we focus on doing things the right way. And I think that's shown here in the early part of the season that we've done a really good job of working and preparing ourselves for the season. And I think, and as you said before, I don't think we've reached our full potential yet, which is really exciting for everybody.
Tasker, how do you prepare for each start throughout the week?
Well, we have this same routine Coach makes us do, print out a paper of what we actually do. I personally get ahead 30, 35 minutes before our start, go through our pitcher's routine, and then band, and then throw, and get on the mound, and just mentally kind of zone in. I have a couple of songs I play before, always, just as a reminder is, let's go, it's go time.
What's on that playlist?
A few 80s rock songs, a few new hits, just whatever I feel that day.
Oh, so it's a variety?
Yeah.
It's a good mix, okay. Coach Odette, if you had to do a celebrity instructional video with somebody, who would it be with?
I'm just obligated to be here. I don't want to get fined, so I'm not going to answer that.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.